I'm doing great, Ka. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much. And yeah, I'm excited to share and discuss with you all regarding AI and the intersection with the law or the technological market or just the labor market in general. Yeah,
That is impressive, Ka. I can't wait for today's discussion. And maybe given the time we have today, maybe we could move on to the discussion session.
of course.
We'll delve deeper into the materials and explore the effects of AI in the workplace. I'll be
Mm-hmm.
asking you a series of questions to help clarify these important topics for our audience, if that is okay with you.
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Okay, maybe before to keep this conversation even more interactive, I want to invite everyone to share any question in the Zoom chat. Right after this discussion, we'll delve right into your questions and insights. So feel free to start adding them now. Okay, maybe before we dive deeper into the implications of AI in labor law, Kafaros, could you provide some context on how AI is currently being integrated into the various industries in the world?
Well, that's a very good question to begin with. But before we go there, I think it's also important to acknowledge that we are using AI or being affected by AI in our day-to-day life. For example, when you scroll through the algorithms of Instagram or TikTok or other social media that you might use, we are subjected to AI, machine learning, to provide some contents that are suitable and some targeted advertising that the AI think would be maximized by having you as its subject. And in the daily life, I think, well, let's start by looking from big companies like Amazon and Netflix and how they leverage the AI to analyze the user data. It can provide personalized suggestions based on viewing or shopping or even the history of your browsers. And sometimes we don't even realize that we gave consent for that. So it's something as a law student or well, yeah, as a normal human being for you to take into account because it can get quite dangerous. In the EU itself, the key concern is privacy. We have a quite strong privacy laws like GDPR, the General Data Protection Regulation, to protect personal data. But then AI, being an object of machine learning, um, it requires a vast amount of data to be able to function well. And this can lead to ethical questions about privacy and also data security. There are a couple of controversial cases also here in the Netherlands. For example, one of the government's program is how do you say it? It's like a subsidy for a family that needs child benefit, and then the government uses AI system to actually look if there is some frauds or you know criminally sub the family with a criminal member would be more prone to this penalization done by the AI, and it's very problematic. Well, yeah, I'm gonna give that statement to start with because yeah, I think it also encompasses how dangerous and how AI affects the daily life. And yeah, what do you think about that, Fada? Isn't it scary?
It is very scary. AI does have like the negative and also the positive impacts towards the world. And I feel like there are a lot of things that we need to even dig deeper towards AI. And I think
Exactly.
towards your example in the Netherlands, I think I am
Mm-hmm.
quite interested in like the differences of the AI used in and also in Indonesia, and like what are the examples of maybe other countries that effectively regulated the use of AI in the labor law? Because that is very
Okay,
interesting for us.
right. I'm not sure if I can give an accurate comparison for the AI use in the Netherlands and also Indonesia, but maybe we can touch a bit on the efficiency gains and the economic impact of AI, especially in the EU area. Well, as you know, AI also automates a lot of job, and one of its biggest advantages is its ability to increase efficiency, so to say, particularly for heavy manufacturing country and also industries that are very data driven. Perhaps I expect it's also going to be the same in Indonesia in sometime in the future, maybe 10 to 15 years, because yeah, Indonesia is a country that is quite heavy on production, just like Netherlands and also Germany. In Europe, we have seen massive productivity gains by interacting AI sectors to businesses such as automotive or even another manufacturing companies such as electronics, and it helps companies to improve efficiency, cost saving, and also accuracy in the detailed jobs. Because, for example, if you have I don't know what here, an AirPods, it has like small chips and the components that are very hard to work on with a human eye and the two hands that you have attached with you. And the company is using the benefit of AI, the machine learning, to automate this task, and also by eliminate. It's not just about eliminating tasks. It's also about eliminating the liability of having a human employee there. So you don't have to take care of their health benefits and other things that can get you subject to tax or other liabilities that a company may have been exposed. And in Germany specifically, the companies that are famous for using AI for production are companies like Volkswagen, the car company, and also Siemens. They specifically use predictive AI for maintenance. Well, it reduces a lot of machinery downtimes and improving a lot of production output. I have to say that these are the things that we need to anticipate as an actual human with an actual flesh and an actual brain. Yeah. And yeah, we have to stay on top of every update and every thing that may expose us into danger. Well, not just a physical danger, but of course, a danger of not being able to look for a job and not being able to provide for your family in the future. So, yeah, you got to stay on top of things, boys and girls.
Yes, exactly. That was also one of my concerns when AI is developing very, very quickly in this world, and it could cause job concerns throughout the countries, throughout the world, and that would that is also my concern in this world. And maybe that is also one of my questions that a lot of people fear that AI will lead to massive job losses, right? And
Okay.
what are your thoughts on this concern? I mean, what should we do for the future and what should we anticipate and how to prevent this maybe if like what are your opinions about this guy?
Well, let's throw this to the audience first. Can some of you maybe put in the chat the list of jobs that you think will be AI proof and the list of jobs that you think yeah will be get replaced easily by AI?
Okay,
Or
anyone
maybe
in the
yeah maybe
audience?
while the audiences are still typing, can I call out someone from the meeting with the camera on? Oh, Rashesa. I think she's also my liaison officer. What do you think of this, Rashesa?
I believe one of the jobs that cannot be replaced by AI would be doctors because they need to be there in person and they
Okay.
actually have to give services that is not accommodated by AI. Whereas jobs that could be replaced easily by AI would probably become graphic designer because
Mhm.
there's a lot of AI that can create images in a very fast manner.
Mm, okay. Yeah, it's a really good answer. And also to connect the question from Fahmi Ahmad in the chat group, excuse me, Mika, I want to ask what your opinion. Is AI a friend or a threat to the creative industry? Well, I think this question alone can be discussed for 2 hours. But my general take here is in art itself, there's this spirit that cannot yet be replaced by AI. So uh, if some of you loves to design, keep doing it. Use AI to maximize your output, but please also always leave your mark in your every design or things like that. And because otherwise, if it's gonna be a really generic output, yeah, it's really subject and really prone to AI replacement. But anyway, coming back to Fada's most recent question, actually, a it's a bit concerning because in the EU, it is estimated by 2020, millions of jobs in Western Europe will be impacted at least by AI. I use the word impacted here, but not replaced. But it's only no, it's only 6 years from now that these millions of jobs will be impacted by AI. Well, the sectors that are going to be impacted are mostly manufacturing, logistics, data protection, not data protection, maybe more of a data processing, because some of the tasks that also involves a lot of data and should produce some outputs, recommendations, or compliance, it's also very prone to AI. However, the EU itself also has counter strategies to adapt to these changes and protect its citizens and its subjects from this AI invasion, so to say. Well, the European Union has introduced initiatives such as the Digital Education Action Plan, the DEAP. It's an EU-wide movement that aims to boost digital skills across its member countries. These plans, the plans also include programs, I believe, that young professionals and also adults that are still within the job market to develop expertise in fields like data science, AI ethics, and cybersecurity. This also relates to my answer about the AI in creative industry. Well, as of now, well, I think in the upcoming 5 to 10 years, AI will, of course, greatly impact our work, but it's our choice itself to make it impact in a good way or impact it in a bad way. If we are always staying on top of the AI technologies and knows how to utilize it and know how to make it as an added value to your personal branding, we will be on the good side. But if you're not very keen to learn about it and we just go with the flow and have a strong idealistic that, yeah, I don't want to use AI, AI is this, AI is that, no, I think it's a rather risky path to take. And while some jobs will be lost, well, not lost, yeah, will be slowly replaced, AI is actually also creating new opportunities in fields such as AI ethics, uh, more stringent data privacy and compliance, and in this case, for a legal professional especially, roles like data privacy officer and also AI ethicist, it's actually a thing. And also human machine interaction designer are also emerging in the fields of job because it's really essential in an AI driven workplace. When I had my master's in law and technology, I had a case study on how can we legally marry a human and a robot or a human and a system. So yeah, it's very scary, but it's there. It's almost sounded like an utopic job, but well, yeah, we're there.
I really see that I was impressed that EU has introduced an innovation, of course, regarding AI, like you said before. And I don't I don't feel like that there is these kind of innovations and systems in Indonesia here implemented yet. And do you think that Indonesia should also implement these kind of innovations and also maybe to protect the law, the labor work fields in regards to AI? Because I think it is very prone to be impacted.
Um, well, the answer is yes, but the more important matter is actually maybe the question of when. And because I think in Indonesia itself, we still have a lot of sectors that we need to upholster first before moving towards AI. I believe that we just recently published or passed our own GDPR, Undang-Undang Perlindungan Data Pribadi, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't dived yet into it, and I didn't really follow the progress of it. But from what I know as of now, I think we haven't got any authority to enforce the Undang-Undang PDP, and I think we need to start there because, as we have discussed earlier, Fada, AI is very heavy on data, and in order for it to work well, it needs to have a vast amount of data processed into it. If we do not have any solid structure of data protection laws and also enforcement, I think it's very risky to use AI. So yeah.
Yes, I totally agree. I think we really should try to maybe we don't know when, but maybe we should improve all of the laws and others in Indonesia regarding AI.
Hmm.
I do have a curious question. I
Yes, sure,
actually
of
heard
course.
it
Shoot.
from my business law class. And
Hmm.
in regards to AI generated music that has become more prevalent, I'm curious about the legal implications and when the song is created entirely by AI, who would be considered the creator and what legal issues might arise from copyright or ownership in such cases, Scott?
Well, okay, first of all, I'm not an entertainment lawyer, and I'm just a music enjoyer. But actually, uh, I have touched this subject also in my studies. And AI generated music is a very complex legal issues, not just in the issue of intellectual property, but also licensing rights, authorship rights, and ethics. Because in the copyright side, under most copyright laws, including in the EU, copyright protection is traditionally reserved for the creators, right? However, with the fact that it's being created by AI, and we cannot really pinpoint who can get the economic rights from this AI itself. For example, I have a song with uh, the same prompt as you, Fada. For example, create a song, a love song, with the music based in the key of C, and I want it to be modulated in the middle of the song. And yeah, it should be and for some reason the system yields the same sound, and we both upload this to Spotify, and yeah, it's a really hard question to answer. um well, actually, also in relation to that, while you as a company like Spotify approve AI work, it would pose another problem because um, this, aside from the fact that you cannot really pinpoint who this economic rights can go to, we also always have to deal with moral rights and the rights of attribution in copyright systems. Well, if an AI that is being used is actually a public AI that is made by lots of engineers and is updated on a daily basis in terms of the codes, should these engineers then get the credit for it, or should it be you, Fada, who entered the prompt into the AI system itself? Well, yeah, there are a lot of debates that are still going on here, but unfortunately, I can only give you that vague answer.
That is actually very helpful, Kai. It opens my opinion regarding this question that I got in my class. And maybe I am curious about Von Cuba. How do you guys regulate AI in the labor field? And maybe we could also discuss this with the audience.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, for the audience, please feel free to ask anything on the chat box or even jump into the discussion. I really don't mind. But in terms of Vonk, we're actually integrating the system of Microsoft Azure, the system that is based on OpenAI. I think you also use OpenAI on daily basis nowadays for ChatGPT and things like that. And yeah, the logic is fairly simple. We optimize recording. Sorry, we optimize recording candidate application by using the AI system from the prompts that can be edited by the user of the system itself. So in simple terms, it's actually a matter of an if formula, just like in Excel. For example, if a recruiter wants to recruit a software engineer, and you can include the prompt in the system, like if the software engineer has an experience for more than 5 years, then okay, go to first interview. If the software engineers has this and this experience, they can go directly to second interview. Or it's also the same in cases of where the software engineer candidate does not meet the requirements of the job advertisement. This actually can eliminate lots and lots and lots of manual work from a recruiter point of view. And yeah, it's being used by a large companies. Our clients includes big companies such as DHL, Boeing, Airbus, and also the EU Commission itself even. So yeah, that's what we do in terms of AI at Vonk.
That is very interesting. Thank you so much for answering my questions and my curious question.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to share this with you all.
So it is really eye-opening on how the AI is helping the world, and also how the Vonk, I apologize, it is Vonk, help the
No
AI in
worries.
the in the EU sector. I believe that maybe I have another last question for this discussion, and
Yeah, of course. Shoot.
it is maybe about in regards to the future again. And how do you envision the future relationship between humans and AI in the workforce? Therefore, there will be a balance between the two. Because I think it's an important matter to discuss, Kat.
Okay. Well, I think this is the hardest. Well, it's the most simple question yet, but it's the hardest, and it can spray ink. And for